Never stop improving. Spend an hour with us every month with our short courses to build your skills fast. Only available inside Josh Fegan Digital. You're out of momentum. You're looking around, you see that you've got these listings and nothing's selling. You're going to open for inspections and you're in a position that's like, geez, I hope someone turns up. And you kind of like, you learnt where the light switches are in the house, which means you have been there way too long. The secret to being a great agent is knowing when to have proactive conversations. And I want to talk to you about one of our clients that we've done some great work with in regional New South Wales. You know, he's got a number of listings that are on the table. Days on market are starting to balloon out. It's not a massive auction market. We're in a bit of a position that's one open for inspection to the next. And he's kind of in that position where he's just not really feeling what's actually happening here. So what we do is we shift the needle. And what we do is a really simple conversation where I said to him, let's go and have a look at all the stock that you've got available. And we chose the 10 properties that he had on the market where generally we felt that they would sell quite well if there was a simple change in price, where we thought the owner's motivation would link to that, and that we knew that if we went and had a conversation today, we'd get a result. It's never easy. You never wake up in the morning and go, you know what, I'm going to do a couple of price reductions here. What actually happens is that we get ourselves in a position where we work up a lot about the situation, but we already know. Like, if you see someone's number calling you on your phone and you don't want to answer it, you already know. And so this is kind of an interesting conversation. So all of a sudden, he makes the phone calls, he goes out there and he goes and meets with those 10 owners, and we get 10 price reductions. And then we have this really basic rule where we say every single time we get a price reduction, we need to make sure that we get an offer. So, you know, we try to get a buyer appointment through at least in the following 24 hours so that they link price reduction actually equals buyer activity. So we go ahead and we do this. We go through those 10 properties, we get the price reductions, we get some buyer appointments on them. And I kid you not, within the following week, 5 of them sold. Isn't that amazing? Because now we can get back on the phone. We can go and ring all of those people that came through the campaign, the people that inquired, the people who came to private appointments, the people who came to the open for inspections. We can talk to some of the neighbours. We can advise them that there's actually been a sale. And now that there's actually been a sale, that then inspires other people to want to come to market. And then we actually get another 3 listings off. Like how does that happen? Now all of a sudden we're back in momentum because we realize that ultimately the customer didn't employ us to be an agent just to be an agent. They employed us to be an agent because they wanted to get to sold. And never forget what you're there to do. You're there to be the trusted advisor, to advise them what they need to do next. If it's a change in marketing, let's do that. If it's a change in pricing, let's do that. If it's a change in sale method, taking it to auction, removing it from auction, adding a quote, whatever the key thing is, it's actually up to you to be proactive. No one wants to be that property that's on the market and languishing. Everyone wants to actually be sold. And we live in a world now where people fundamentally want convenience. What's actually happened with the mobile phone is it's driven us to be really convenient. We want everything to press a button and simply just to make it happen. That's why off-market has been so popular. For buyers, they don't have to compete. They get the opportunity to see something before anyone else. They can buy the property quickly without having to worry. For sellers, they don't have to wait 4 weeks till auction day. They can test price. They're in a position that maybe they can just kind of see what happens. They can make it really convenient for them. And as agents, you can actually be in a position that you can put a deal together quickly without having to go through the whole rigmarole of a campaign. Now, there's some downsides from a buyer's perspective. How do they really know it's the right price point? From a seller's perspective, how do they know they maximize the price? From an agent's perspective, how do we actually make sure that we're in a position now that we have actually got a lot of social proof from the transactions that we've been doing? But there's plenty of ways to handle that. I think that what the key part here is to understand it is up to you to have uncomfortable conversations and have that confidence to give people the right advice. And when you give that right advice, that is where things fundamentally change for you, because as an individual agent, you're the person who knows what to do next. And if you've done all of the work, the conversation's easy. If you're in a position that you've let them know about what's happening, if you've advised about new listings and sales, if you're talking about the best buyers in the market and what to do next, then you actually put yourself in a commanding position of power and one of respect, because you're actually doing the things that are really important to be able to get a transaction together. Be authentic as an agent, take proactive steps, make that decision to serve your customers really well, and they'll find you new customers. That's what you've got to do as a great agent. I really hope that you've enjoyed our coaching tip, and we look forward to seeing you next time.